Hey everybody, Jake here. How's it going? It is Wednesday, April the 22nd. It is almost 6 p.m. here in New York City, coming at you. Hey. Just got done visiting my kids. That's an interesting situation right there, right? What do you do in a pandemic with social distancing and stay in place when the parents are no longer together, right? And one has them and one doesn't. I guess I'm kind of lucky. I get to see my kids. Well, I've seen them once a week for about an hour crack since all this stuff began. But, it really makes it difficult, and it's such an easy situation to weaponize and use to hurt the other parent in the name of the good of the children. It makes it easy for that. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm not saying anything at all. But when I see my kids, I do wear a mask and try to respect, their take on it and their attitude and everything else. And of course, the last thing I want to do is have them come down with some sort of a cold or a sniffle and everything else, and it be associated with getting to spend time with their father. It's just not worth it, right? And like I said, I don't want them to get sick. I don't want any, I want the best for them too. I'm their dad. But we go to a field to throw baseball in a park, and the field's probably 2 or 3 acres. It's a nice big space, bright and sunny outside. There's people there, but not a lot. But right in the middle of the field is this family of 4. It's a mom and a dad and probably a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And they're just kind of having a good time, and nobody's wearing a mask. They're just out there playing. They're little kids. How are you going to get a 2-year-old to wear a mask? But my kid looks over and he goes, "See that, Dad?" I guess those people, those are the ones that are going to make it so that we can't come to the park anymore at all. It's like, it's tough because you don't want to contradict and tell the kid, lighten up, man. They're out in the middle of a field. But I just find it interesting because you see it happening more and more, right? You're gonna see it happening more and more where people are turning on each other and blaming them, or they're a threat, right? Now it comes out that, the majority of the carriers of this COVID virus show no symptoms at all, right? So what does that mean? That means because I'm healthy and physically fit and stuff, that now somehow I'm a threat to you because I don't have any symptoms. I'm not sick because I take care of myself or exercise and eat right and stuff like that. That somehow I am a danger, maybe not, to anybody else out there, right? I was looking at this news story today about a neighbor that called the police on another neighbor because there was a small gathering on 420, right? And the neighbor called the cops. And maybe this is true, maybe it's not. I wasn't there, and whatever. It's like everything else. It's out there, and for some reason, somebody wants you to see it and read it and know about it. So whether it is or it isn't true, it certainly gives people ideas that, what, let's start calling the police on each other, right? Kind of not a good situation at all. I don't know how to fix it or what to do, but like we're kind of developing, or already have developed, this stampede mentality, right? We are running scared, nose to ass, from some unseen terror that we don't know about, and all we can do is keep running, because that's what the people in the front are doing. They're running, and if you got to keep up, and there's no time to think, because as soon as you're dealing with one situation, it's on to the next, and you're getting a report coming from you this way and from that way, and everything's conflicting, and so there's so much confusion, and you just want somebody to tell you what to do. You want somebody to tell you what the right thing is, right? So, where's the stampede going? Who's leading the stampede? I don't know. These are questions that you got to ask yourself, though, because, back in the frontier days, Native Americans on a buffalo hunt, they would try to scare a herd into a stampede and then lead them straight off the edge of a cliff, right? And the entire herd would go over the cliff, one after another, because they're so consumed with what's right in front of them that they can't see anything until they're in the middle of their fall, right? One after the other, doing all the work for them, right? There's a whole bunch of other Indians that are down there waiting to skin them and use them and, everything else. But they didn't have to hunt. It just kind of all came to them. So, anyway, all I'm saying is be mindful. Be smart. Think. Look up every now and then and see where this is going and see if you like the direction that it's headed. And ask yourself, are the people that are leading this stampede taking us someplace that is going to be good for us? Or is it going to be a place that is good for them? All right. Just to close it out, it was a good visit with the kids, and it was nice to connect. And once it was over, I was walking back with one of my kids, talking to him, having a nice conversation, and my other kid was hanging back, walking with his mom, who, is kind of very protective, I guess you would say. We're walking down the sidewalk, and I hear, and she looks up, she goes, 6 feet apart, right? I know you're wearing masks, but masks are not social distancing. 6 feet apart. I kind of got caught off guard, and I didn't know exactly what to do, because by complying and, excuse me, let's 6 feet apart, it's kind of buying into this doctrine of don't think for yourself, believe the hype, just do what you're being told, and don't ask questions. I don't know. Anyway, I just wonder what parents do in this situation. It's crazy. Anyway, that's it for right now. I will be doing some stuff later on today, because I got a lot of ideas in my head. So hope this finds you well, and as always, thanks for listening, and be safe, and until next time, stay tuned.